So,
Good evening, everyone. Something that's on our heart, Cherry's Talks, coming live, and it's something on our heart that we want to speak about to everyone. We think everyone has been affected, has affected, and is currently going through this same scenario.
yeah, so topic is, we just wondering, how many parents will admit to the trauma they've caused their children? Like, how many parents actually will hold themselves accountable for the trauma that their child is going through? Because with trauma, like, the worst thing a parent can do is deflect and project their guilt off onto their child. That causes trauma. So I'm just, how many parents are really willing to step up and set their child down and let them know that, I understand I caused your trauma and I'm sorry.
Far too often as parents, we do struggle with taking ownership. We want our kids to hold themselves accountable for things we're not even willing to hold ourselves accountable for. And that's what reciprocates traumatic relationships. We have all, as adults, have been in some form of a toxic relationship, and most times it predicates from us being victims of something we had experienced watching our parents go through, be it abuse, physical, verbal, mental, or being abused or being the abuser. Those all stem from things that their parents may have went through but never got help for. So it just perpetuates a cycle that doesn't stop. And if we don't get the help ourselves to stop that cycle, our children will suffer from it. And once we see this constant behavior within our children and we recognize that we're the ones at fault, are we willing to hold ourselves accountable for that trauma? Like my wife spoke about, it can be tough. It can be hard. Speaking personally, it can be tough. Holding ourselves accountable for the trauma that our kids are going through and have caused to other people, especially if they're the ones that are creating the trauma within that other person. So some things to think about, really, as parents.
Yeah.
Will you hold yourself accountable for trauma?